The reality architects. In a world parallel to our own, hidden from the ordinary gaze, a secret society called the reality architects thrived. Each member possessed the rare ability to manipulate the fabric of reality itself. They discreetly maintained the balance of existence, ensuring that their powers remained hidden from the rest of humanity. Their abilities allowed them to shape and mold reality, but they understood the immense responsibility that came with their powers. For centuries, the reality architects had worked in harmony, utilizing their abilities for the greater good. They honed their skills through rigorous training, guided by a strict code of ethics. Their duty was to protect reality, never to exploit it. They understood the delicate nature of the world they safeguarded and sought to preserve the natural order. Unity and cooperation were the pillars of their society, ensuring that no individual wielded their powers recklessly. At the heart of their society was the Council of Elders, comprised of the most experienced and respected architects. They met in a hidden chamber deep beneath the city, where ancient symbols adorned the walls, resonating with power. It was here that they deliberated and made crucial decisions affecting the delicate balance they upheld. The council served as the guiding force, enforcing the code of ethics and making collective decisions to prevent the misuse of their powers. They understood the weight of their responsibility and the consequences that could arise from the uncontrolled manipulation of reality. But harmony was about to be shattered. Silas, one of the most talented architects, had become disillusioned. His hunger for power and personal gain eclipsed his commitment to the council's principles. Discontent brewed within him, fueled by envy and resentment. Silas felt that he was capable of wielding the powers of reality manipulation to reshape the world according to his desires. He believed that the Society of Architects restrained his true potential and saw his fellow architects as obstacles to his ascendance. Blinded by ambition, he began to detach himself from the shared purpose and values of the reality architects. Silas saw his fellow architects as mere tools to further his ambitions. He believed that their power should be used to reshape reality in his image, regardless of the consequences. In secret, he began experimenting with forbidden techniques, pushing the boundaries of what was considered safe and ethical. Silas delved into ancient texts and arcane knowledge, seeking to gain an edge over his peers. He sought to harness powers that were forbidden precisely because of the potential dangers they posed to reality itself. Ignoring the warnings and the pleas of his fellow architects, Silas delved deeper into his forbidden research, driven by his insatiable thirst for power and control. As Silas delved deeper into his forbidden research, his powers grew exponentially. He became a force to be reckoned with, capable of altering entire realities at will. Silas reveled in the godlike authority he had attained, believing himself to be beyond reproach. With his newfound abilities, he began to reshape aspects of the world to suit his desires. Small alterations at first, but they soon grew more significant. His actions began to disturb the delicate balance that the reality architects had fought so hard to preserve. The council soon caught wind of his reckless actions, and they knew they had to act swiftly to prevent him from wreaking havoc. Word spread among the architects, and a sense of urgency gripped the society. They understood the gravity of the situation and the potential consequences if Silas's actions remained unchecked. The council convened an emergency meeting to devise a plan to stop him and protect the stability of reality. Under the cover of darkness, the council assembled a team of skilled architects to apprehend Silas and bring him before their judgment. Led by Valeria, a seasoned architect known for her wisdom and tactical prowess, the team embarked on a dangerous mission to find and capture Silas. Valeria understood the magnitude of their task and the immense responsibility they bore. She was determined to confront Silas and bring him back to face the consequences of his actions, but she also hoped to find a way to steer him back to the path of harmony and restraint. Silas, aware that his actions had not gone unnoticed, retreated to a hidden pocket dimension he had created, a sanctuary where he could consolidate his power without interference. Within this realm, he reshaped reality according to his whims, crafting a twisted reflection of his own desires. It was a place where he felt invincible, shielded from the retribution he knew awaited him in the outside world. However, Valeria and her team were undeterred. Drawing upon their training and knowledge, they devised a plan to infiltrate Silas's pocket dimension. They understood that to defeat him, they would need to confront him within his own twisted realm. Armed with their own mastery over reality manipulation, they ventured into the realm where his power reigned supreme. Inside Silas's pocket dimension, they found a distorted reality, twisted and warped according to his whims. Gravity shifted unpredictably, landscapes morphed and twisted, and time flowed erratically. It was a testament to Silas's growing power and his willingness to push the boundaries of what reality could withstand. Valeria and her team had to rely not only on their skills but also on their unwavering determination and focus to navigate this chaotic environment. As Valeria and her team navigated the treacherous terrain, they encountered various obstacles deliberately created by Silas to impede their progress. Reality itself seemed to conspire against them, manifesting as sentient entities seeking to protect its integrity. Valeria and her team faced trials of strength, endurance, and resolve. But they were not just skilled architects, they were defenders of reality, guardians of balance. Together, they managed to overcome each challenge, relying on their collective abilities and the bonds forged through their shared purpose. Finally, after an arduous journey, they reached the heart of Silas's pocket dimension. There, they confronted him in a climactic battle, their powers clashing and warping the very fabric of reality. Silas, intoxicated by his own power, was formidable, but Valeria's unwavering resolve proved to be his undoing. Drawing upon her wisdom and experience, Valeria understood that she could not defeat Silas with power alone. Instead, she sought to expose the emptiness and futility of his quest for ultimate control. With a final, decisive strike, Valeria managed to subdue Silas, incapacitating him and rendering him powerless. She bound him, ensuring that he would no longer pose a threat to the delicate balance they had sworn to protect. Valeria's victory came at a great cost, as the battle had taken a toll on her and her team. They emerged bruised and exhausted but filled with a sense of accomplishment and relief. Returning to the council, Valeria presented Silas as a warning, a reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the consequences of straying from their noble purpose. The council unanimously agreed to exile Silas from their society, stripping him of his abilities permanently. It was a somber decision, one made with a heavy heart but with the understanding that such actions were necessary to maintain the integrity of their society and the fabric of reality itself. As the council deliberated on how to restore the damage caused by Silas's actions, Valeria contemplated the lessons learned from their ordeal. She realized that their society was not immune to corruption and that constant vigilance and adherence to their principles were necessary to safeguard the very foundation of reality. Valeria vowed to strengthen the training programs and ensure that the next generation of architects understood the gravity of their responsibilities. And so, the reality architects persevered, their resolve strengthened by the trial they had faced. They continued their duty to protect reality, ensuring that no architect would succumb to the allure of unchecked power. The balance remained intact, a testament to the enduring strength of those who stood as guardians of the fabric of existence. The council implemented new measures to prevent such a betrayal from happening again, reinforcing the importance of unity and the preservation of the code of ethics that had guided their society for centuries. Through their actions, they renewed their commitment to harmony and balance, knowing that the challenges they faced were not limited to external threats but also the potential darkness that resided within themselves.